We're going to talk about taking souls, but it's not about hurting someone else, right?
It's not about hurting someone. It's about positioning yourself with like a strategic advantage through mindset.
And so when I think about taking souls, I think about, hey, if I go in that community as an unknown and I blow it up in door knocking and postcards, and I do a newsletter, and I say in the newsletter that I'm going to be doing a food drive and I'm going to be collecting food. I'll be up at the pool. Bring your food. I'll donate it for you to the food bank. Or I'm going to be delivering food to the SPCA. If you bring food up to the pool, you can put it in my car and I'll take it to the SPCA. And I just show up in that community over and over and over again. That other agent either is going to go on the offense or they're going to become so paralyzed by how I show up that they give up. They're going to be so paralyzed by how I show up that they give up. Now, I may not have one sale in there yet, but I show up in such a way that they decide it's either time to retire or it's time to sell and move on to another neighborhood. That's taking souls. When you give up, that other person has taken your soul. Right? That's what he was talking about in this, where he's at Hell Week and in the SEALs, and he's got this instructor that wants him to quit. That's the instructor's job. It's nothing personal. He wants him to quit. But he showed up in such a way that he actually took the fire out of the instructor, and they moved on and started messing with somebody else that was easier to get them to quit. That's what it is. Your brain can absolutely impact and influence your cells and your body chemistry. It can impact whether you get sick. Your brain is so powerful. It can absolutely heal you. It can heal you, right? And so if you go into a situation and your mind is set on health, on getting better, on speaking life into your mind every day, you can absolutely work and help your body heal itself, whether it's sickness, whether it's stress, whether it's anxiety. Conversely, you can speak in such a way and you can think in such a way that you make yourself sick, right? How many of you agree that your thinking can make you sick? Raise your hand if you think that. So why wouldn't we think that your thinking can't make you well? Right? Your thinking can make you weak. Raise your hand if you think your thinking can make you weak. Raise your hand, raise both hands, right? Your thinking can make you well, and it can make you strong in your mind. And when we feel like we can't do something, it's just because we have stinking thinking. And that's exactly what David Goggins is talking about here in Taking Souls. It is a mindset that is just unbelievable. Marianella, you've got your hand up. I'm going to call on you. Take yourself off mute. It looks like you have your hand up. If you have something to say, we'd love to hear from you.
Good morning. No, I just want to say that I agree whatever you said. I just hit the little hand like, okay, I needed something. No, but I was saying like I'm agree what you were saying.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're in agreement. I love that.
Yeah, agreement. Thank you.
Let's hear from some of you guys. What are you thinking right now? What's going through your mind? What you got going on today that you really need to take some souls? I want to hear from you.
I'm starting my first coaching and training today.
Kathy, that's fantastic.
And my license just got approved on Friday night. I got it back. It officially came through from the state of New Jersey.
Congratulations. Yeah, Kathy's joining us from New Jersey. Congratulations. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
And coaching is going to help develop that mind muscle to say
I
yes.
was really upset, I have to tell you, because I signed with Keller Williams Cornerstone 2 weeks ago, and the coach would not start coaching me or mentoring me until the license came through with the background check and everything. And so that's why I started doing your session last week, because I was like, I'm not going to sit here waiting around because she's waiting for this license to come through. I got to get started here. So I called my friend Sandy Clementi, who, O'Connell, I think is her name.
O'Connor, yeah.
Yeah. And I said, Sandy, I'm just like sitting here. I got to do something. So she said, so do Becky's session. It's open. So I started your session, and I've been also reading the Millionaire Agent, and I started putting in my database.
Awesome.
And yeah, so I just started doing stuff without her.
Well, we hope you still continue to show up even
I
with
will.
her. That would be great. So how many of you believe that Kathy's prepared to take some souls? I mean, she was like, I can't wait on this woman to get started with me. I got to go right now. Let's go. Let's go. Congratulations, Kathy.
And I made we cooked for the homeless people for Red Day. So I made 4 trays of ziti, and they're in the freezer.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Who else? I'd love to hear from someone else. Who else is going to take some souls today? Terry Light, you're smiling way too much. Let's tell me what's going on.
Thanks, Sierra. What I loved about this chapter was it just kind of got me rethinking about how you speak and talk to anybody in your life, let alone, and even myself getting up in the mornings. So what I really took away from it is paying attention to the conversations that you're having, and how you're saying them and asking the questions. And it's all about asking the questions to get people to kind of, I hate the word manipulate, but to get them to think in a different manner. And when you get them to think, you kind of like, ooh, I just took your soul. And it was just weird to see how he did that, and how you can get people to rethink how they're looking at a situation if you ask the right questions.
It's so right, Terry. I love it that you said that. Here's the thing, whether you're in real estate or whether you're an attorney looking for clients, whether you're a new doctor looking for clients, whether you're in the hair industry looking for clients, if you are serving the public in some way, if you don't have enough leads, you've got a lead problem, right? It doesn't matter. If you're selling lawnmowers and they're going down to Tractor Supply instead of coming to you, you got a lead problem. And so you've got to figure out how to get leads and how to get prospects and people through the door. And the reality is if you don't know your scripts, you're going to get out scripted. And the way that you know your scripts is to understand that asking questions is the key to shifting someone's understanding. And when you shift their understanding or what they think they know, and you get them to think in a different way, you have taken their soul. I love that, Terry. That is such a great way to look at that, because it's true, right, Zach? Right, Corey? When you guys are lead generating and someone says, well, I don't want to sell my home because I don't have anywhere else to go, you can either say, well, you're right, and let them off the hook, or you can ask a powerful question to shift their mindset. And that is what we do when we take souls. It's you outwork people, and work doesn't always mean physical. In our job or in our career of lead generation, whether it's real estate or whatever it is, it's outworking people mentally. And this has got to be strong. It's got to be very, very strong, or you're just going to curl up in the fetal position on the floor in the corner.
I think one of the cool things in this chapter too, and it's like kind of like let's just say if Becky, you are David Goggins, you're kind of leading the boat crew. You know, it's a tough market right now, but it's like his whole thing was like that whole boat crew, everybody made it through because of David. So you can kind of, when you're struggling through something, shift it towards helping someone else. It was almost like when you're in pain or struggling, it's like you can shift it immediately by empowering someone else. And by you showing up, you empower everybody and everybody kind of moves with you. And I think that was a big part that I got from it, where it was, it's not just like beating someone down or like positioning yourself just for success. It's you can help others do the same, and it'll lift you up and probably even more when you help others. So you shift it away from yourself when you're maybe not in a great spot, and immediately you stop thinking about yourself and others, and it's like you find energy.
You know, I love that because, you know, all of us are in some sort of coaching. Many of us are. You shouldn't, if you're not, you should be. Have a coach. And the thing about it is how many of you take, not how many of you, but there's an opportunity for every single one of you to take what you're learning from your coach and share it with someone else and help them. And what happens when you do that is now you become accountable to what the coach has told you and what you're telling them. Right? And so you can take them with you on your journey to success and whatever that success is, if you don't keep it all to yourself. He also, Zach, talked about the guy who came in that was like, Mr. Macho, I'm gonna, I'm the man, I'm gonna do it. And, wasn't worried about anybody else. And he led his boat crew and his boat crew was giving up. And at the end of it, instead of having his whole boat crew there, he ended up with like 2 or 3 people. So they were doing all the work carrying the boat. Do you guys remember that? They were doing all the work.
The short guy. That was the guy who was 5'6".
Yeah, he was 5'6". He was, yes, Kathy.
He was short and stocky.
Yeah, short and stocky. And he ended up giving up. He ended up putting his helmet up and ringing the bell because it was all about him. It was all about him and what he was going to do. So guys, today we've got 1 minute, 60 seconds left, and I want to let all of us get going because I know that the first thing that every single one of us are going to do today whenever we hit the delete or the end button on this call is we're going to start lead generating, right? Right? We're going to make calls. We're going to lead generate. Don't be on taking souls here and then don't get off here and don't lead generate. That would just totally defeat the purpose. We're going to get off the phone. Get off the phone. That shows my age. We're going to get off the Zoom and we're going to lead generate. We're going to call people. We're going to talk to people because in this business, you must talk to people, whether you're in real estate or whether you're in some other kind of business, you must talk to people. Corey and Amanda talked to about 100 people in the last 10 days and they got like 12, 13 listing appointments together. I mean, probably 15 by now. All right. You must talk to people, guys. You must. All right. So I would love for you to commit to yourself right now that you are going to get off this call and you are going to talk to people and you have a goal of the number of people you're going to talk to and you're going to talk to those people. All right, guys, tomorrow we're going to talk about the armored mind. We're going to move into the armored mind tomorrow, the calloused mind. This is a great chapter. Can't wait to see all of you. You guys make it an amazing day. Make your calls. Go talk to people. Bye.